Today, we're diving into the chilling case of Gloria Marmolejo, a 55-year-old woman who vanished from her El Paso, Texas home in July 2009. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe and stay active. It really helps me out, and I'd be super grateful. Let's get started. On July 24, 2009, Gloria returned unexpectedly from a trip and discovered something in her home that confirmed suspicions she'd likely held for some time. Within hours, all contact with her was lost. No calls, no messages, no clues. Her son suggested she might have just gone away for a while, but the rest of her family grew concerned. Gloria wasn't the type to leave without telling anyone. A few days later, her car was found abandoned, with her belongings neatly left at home. What began as a typical missing person case soon unraveled into a story of hidden relationships, a double life, and a deadly betrayal. El Paso, located on the Texas-Mexico border, is known for its cultural blend, tense atmosphere, and higher crime rates. Despite its rough reputation, generations of families, like Gloria's, have built lives there, rooted in tradition, loyalty, and Sunday gatherings. Born on July 28, 1954, Gloria grew up in a close-knit Mexican-American family where support and loyalty were paramount. In the early 1970s, she met Armando Marmolejo, and by October 11, 1975, they were married. Gloria poured her heart into the relationship, fiercely defending her husband and standing by his side. They had two sons, Manny and David, and at first, their family life seemed stable. A house, kids, holidays, and routine. On July 29th, Gloria's car was found abandoned near an elementary school, with her purse, keys, and phone inside. Neighbors reported seeing the car leave the garage on July 26th, with conflicting accounts of the driver. One saw Gloria, while another described a young, blonde woman with a man's silhouette in the back seat. Police found blood in the garage, later identified as Maria's, and treated the house as a crime scene. David's inconsistent timelines and lack of concern intensified scrutiny. Cell phone data revealed David's phone made a call at 1:37 a.m. on July 26th, near where Gloria's body was later found, and multiple calls between David and Maria that morning. On July 31st, Gloria's body was discovered near Santa Teresa Elementary School, wrapped in plastic and a paper bag, with evidence of suffocation and a broken larynx, indicating a deliberate act. Maria, granted immunity, confessed that Gloria had confronted them about their relationship, leading to an argument. David, she claimed, lost control, killed Gloria, and enlisted Maria to help cover it up, including moving the body. David was arrested on September 4, 2009, charged with murder, concealing evidence, and causing harm. At his 2010 trial, Maria testified about their inappropriate relationship, revealing she'd had a child with David, given up for adoption. Despite no DNA linking David to Gloria's body, the prosecution's circumstantial evidence led to a 2011 guilty verdict in a second trial in San Antonio, sentencing him to 54 years. In 2017, David faced additional charges in Arizona, pleading guilty to 6 counts for a chance at parole in 2036. Gloria dedicated her life to her sons, doing everything to guide David, but his actions destroyed the family she built. Thanks for watching. Your support means a lot. Please like, comment, and share to help my channel grow. See you soon. After a motorcycle accident in Hawaii cost David a leg, Gloria flew to his side, supporting him through recovery despite their strained relationship. She offered him a fresh start in El Paso under one condition: no contact with Maria. David agreed, and they returned to Texas. Gloria resumed her routines, helping David adjust, but remained vigilant. The neighbors' intrusive behavior continued, but David's presence made her feel safer. Still, she couldn't shake the fear that the situation with Maria wasn't over. When Gloria took a trip to visit Manny in Phoenix, she asked David to look after the house. During her absence, her unease grew, and she asked Mark to check on David to ensure Maria wasn't there. When Gloria returned unannounced, she found her home in disarray and her bedroom door locked with a new lock. Confronting David, a heated argument ensued. He claimed he was at the movies and would help her pack for another trip to Phoenix. That evening, July 25, 2009, Manny grew worried when Gloria stopped responding. David later told him they'd argued, and she'd likely returned to Phoenix, but Gloria never arrived. By July 27th, with no sign of Gloria, Manny contacted family, friends, and neighbors. None had seen her. The police required David, the last person to see her, to file a missing person report. On July 28th, Gloria's 55th birthday, Manny arrived in El Paso and found her suitcase and belongings untouched, contradicting David's story. David's calm, detached demeanor and inconsistent stories, mentioning a party, a club, and even saying, "I'm worried they might find traces of my DNA on her," raised suspicions. From a young age, David was different. Restless, uninterested in school, and drawn to trouble. Unlike Manny, who loved sports and learning, David was carefree, ignored rules, and was preoccupied with his looks, popularity, and attention from girls. By 16, he was dating Laura Sales, his official girlfriend, while secretly seeing others. When Laura, then 15, became pregnant, David dropped out of school, got a job, and proposed. Gloria, though shocked, supported him, welcoming Laura and their children into her home. She became the heart of their household, raising her grandkids and providing financial support while David struggled to hold a job. Eventually, David moved his family to Phoenix for a construction job, hoping to reconnect with Manny and their father, Armando, who had resurfaced. In Phoenix, Armando was living with a new partner and their two children, Jonathan and Maria. Maria, 11, idolized David, spending time at his house and helping with his kids. To Laura, this seemed like normal family bonding, but she began noticing unsettling changes in David's behavior around Maria. Their closeness felt excessive, though Laura initially dismissed it as stress. When David moved to Hawaii for a job, he started a new relationship with a woman named Adrian, who soon became pregnant. Gloria was heartbroken, hoping David would return to Laura for their kids' sake, but he ignored her pleas. Maria, now 15 or 16, visited David in Hawaii for a summer vacation. At first, it seemed harmless, but Adrian began noticing inappropriate behavior between them. One day, she caught them in a compromising situation and immediately called Gloria. Devastated, Gloria demanded Maria return to Texas and insisted David stop all contact with her. The incident didn't become public, but it shattered Gloria's trust in her son. But after David's birth, Armando's job required constant travel, and he was rarely home. His secretive business trips left relatives in the dark, and by the time David was 6, Armando was essentially gone. In April 1995, Gloria finalized their divorce. Armando moved to another state, cutting off contact with his sons. Undeterred, Gloria focused on raising Manny and David, tailoring her approach to their distinct personalities. As they grew older, the brothers drifted apart, with Manny settling into a steady life and David frequently changing his priorities. At 50, Gloria made a bold change. She left her 27-year job, earned a management degree, and became a real estate agent, a career that gave her purpose, income, and flexible hours. Her tidy, well-kept home, surrounded by a beloved garden, became her sanctuary. She spent her days reading, enjoying fresh air, and finding peace. But that peace was disrupted when a neighbor's adult son, caring for his ill father, began watching Gloria from the bushes. She noticed him repeatedly, sometimes holding what appeared to be a phone or camera, recording her. The sense of safety she'd always felt was gone. Though she didn't go to the police out of compassion for her sick neighbor, she confided in her brother Mark, asking him to stay in touch in case things escalated. The idea of moving began to take hold, but leaving meant abandoning the home where she'd rebuilt her life after divorce and raised her sons. It was more than a place. It was her story. Staying, however, meant living with constant unease. These thoughts solidified into a quiet certainty.